Hi class, welcome to week 6 in the thesis course. This week we will not meet synchronously. Instead, as you know, you'll be expected to work through this module. One of the activities in this module is this lecture on non-research articles. So this week we're going to review the two types of non-research articles you can use, and I'll show you how to use them and a little bit about how to write them up. Let's get started. So a quick review, you'll recall that many of the articles I'm asking you to submit must be original or empirical research. These are articles in which researchers have gone out and conducted a study. So you'll see things about participants and methods and results and how they analyzed their findings and what did they find. That's not what this lecture is about. We've been talking about that in class. One of the types of non-research articles you might come across are called review articles. These sometimes are called review of the literature or meta-analyses. Basically, this is where a writer has gone out and found a lot of studies in the area, in the topic, and written about those studies. So this is a good way to understand a topic, to read a review of the literature, so that you can understand what has and has not been done. It's also a good way to find out who the important researchers are or what the important articles are. A third type of article might be a perspective, an opinion, or a commentary. These are usually written by experts in the field, and so we respect their opinion. No matter which one of these types of articles that you use, remember that it's got to be a peer-reviewed article. And this means that it's gone through a process where other people have looked at it prior to publishing it, and it's been revised and it's been reviewed and reviewed and reviewed. Most of the kinks worked out, and then a journal says they will publish it. When you're doing your search in the library, remember to check peer-reviewed. Also, if you check PDF, you'll only look at articles with PDFs that you can download and read and submit along with your template. So those are the three big types of articles. The question we're going to talk about this week is how do you use and write up a non-research article? We've been talking about research articles in class, but now we want to turn to non-research articles, those two types, the reviews and the perspectives. One of the ways you can use these articles is to provide a definition of some important thing in your topic. For example, if you were doing an essay on using the flipped classroom model, then you would have to say what the flipped classroom model is. So look at this definition that could be written in an essay. The flipped classroom model involves a reversal of traditional teaching methods where students engage with instructional content at home through pre-recorded lectures or online resources, and class time is used for active collaborative learning activities and discussions. So this definition was taken out of the article Smith 2015. Think about your own topic. You're going to be asked to provide a definition for some key element of that topic. So for example, if you're doing artificial intelligence, you're going to want to find in one of your articles a definition for what AI is in the classroom. If you're doing corporal punishment, you'll want to define that. If you're doing social media, you want to define that. So be on the lookout for researchers usually define the topics that they are talking about. Sometimes this can be in a non-research article, but sometimes it is in a research article. Whatever it's in, you need to provide a definition of the key terms. The second thing that a non-research article might be good for is to provide you with a history or a background. You may remember the essay that we read in the very first class on early childhood education and the benefits of providing early childhood education. In that essay was a history or a background. Let's read it together. Over the past 5 decades, early childhood education in the United States has undergone significant transformations, reflecting evolving societal values, educational philosophies, and research insights. The 1970s marked a pivotal period with the introduction of federal initiatives such as Head Start, aimed at providing comprehensive early education for children from low-income families. This landmark program was a response to growing recognition of the importance of addressing educational disparities early in a child's life. So that's not lifted word for word, but it's paraphrased and provided from the article Ziegler and Stipe Co. 2016. The next paragraph might talk about what happened in the 1980s and the 1990s, so sort of giving a history of early childhood education. You can also use it to give background information about what's been done in your topic. So, for example, if you're talking again about corporal punishment, you can give a little history of when corporal punishment came into being in the schools. And non-research articles are sometimes useful for finding out. Sometimes, again, you can find this in the introduction to a research article. But whatever you do, you're going to need to write eventually a history or background of your topic. Sometimes perspective articles especially are really good if you want to provide a quote from an expert. Let's take a look at this quote. As education expert Dr. Ken Robinson, 2017, aptly puts it, teaching is not a delivery system, it's an interactive process. Quotes are good to sprinkle around your paper, but I must caution you, you shouldn't have more than a few quotes. The large majority of your paper should be in your own words and not quotes. I compare it to like adding salt and pepper to your cooking. You don't want to dump the whole salt or pepper shaker into your stew. You want a little bit to flavor it. The same thing with quotes. You just want a few throughout your paper.
Now that you know a little bit about non-research articles, let's talk about what you'll need to do in the module this week. There are actually two pieces of homework that go along with this module. Homework 4A is a summary of a non-research article. In the folder, you will see the template that what you're seeing on the screen. So what you need to do for this homework is to locate a non-research article and read it and then use it in your essay somehow. So you could use it for a definition, you could use it to provide history or background, or you could use it for a quote. So you're going to check one of those uses, or you can use it for more than one if you want, and write up a few sentences or a paragraph on the article. What you don't see is the screen. The form also has an APA reference, so be sure to include that at the bottom. Then you'll submit that for homework 4A. You'll also have homework 4B, which is to locate one research article and write that up using the article template that we've talked about in class. So there are two homeworks this week. So again, locate and write up one non-research article using either for a definition, background, history, or a quote. And the template is the one you just saw and it's in the folder. Homework 4B is to write up a research article and use the template provided. So submit both of those to the links in the folder. Our next meeting is March 11th. We will meet synchronously. So as a group, we'll be talking about writing and APA. What I suggest you do before then is to start researching. Start looking and gathering those research articles, reading them, writing up the templates, and you'll get a head start. That's it, everybody. Good week, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.